Welcome to the Civil War Guru Show. My name is Steve Munson. I am a Civil War Guru. And today I have the pleasure of unveiling this outstanding artifact. This is a mortar. That's right, a mortar. And it's very unique. And this belonged to, let's get down here on the picture. There it is. It's a 4-pounder. Marion Light Artillery, Marion County, Florida. Braxton Bragg's Army. Real unique. And there's Colonel Mortar. He was one of the founders of the Marion Light Artillery. A colorful character. And this Marion Light Artillery, we're kind of focusing on the Battle of Perryville. And then Brian Bush, the curator of the Battle of Perryville Museum in Perryville, and the Battle of Perryville accolades in the Battles of the Western Theater Museum that he wrote is the Marion Light Artillery. And here it is. This is an artifact from him. I acquired this artifact several years ago. It would come from a Veterans of Foreign War post in 1946 in Florida. Let's talk about Martin for a second. Let's get up here and get if I can keep the glares out, get over at a certain angle. There you go. There he is. And that's Colonel Mortar. And they formed in Florida in 1861. And they were assigned to Braxton Bragg's Army. And he was loved by his troops. And this mortar we have in front of us is, of course, a pre-Civil War mortar. You know, the Confederates, they didn't have their war machine cranked up yet, so they used anything that they had on in the warehouses, wherever. And this is, I assume, is kind of around the War of 1812 period. Pretty unique. We'll get a picture of it here, move up on it here in a second. But this guy, let's talk about him just for a second. He went to the Citadel down in Charleston. That's where he graduated from. And his family moved to Orlando, Florida, before it was the city. They acquired 3,000 acres there in Orlando. Now, what's that worth a day? Hello? And anyway, he went to Florida, kind of a wilderness at the time, to be honest with you. And they formed a little militia group down there, and of course when the war started, they joined. He loved artillery, knew artillery. So he stayed with Bragg. He got wounded in 61. So he laid out for a while, and he became a member of the Confederate Congress. Then he went back and joined the 6th Florida in the Army of Northern Virginia, and he surrendered with General Lee. All right, now, one last mention of his grandson, his son's son, was the 24th governor of Florida. Hey, let's back off a second. Real unique. I want to kind of get this. I'm going to pull the cover off this thing so you can see what, and kind of set it down there. Let's get around on this mortar. This thing was actually kind of rim base there. There we go. You see it stair stepped up. There it is, at the top of the screen. They're going to swing around, excuse the dust. Of course, it's set outside. This is a dust ring around it, actually. Pretty cool. And of course there's a ball, cannonball. But I wanted to feature this thing because this display is going to end up in the Crawford House. Crawford House is Braxton Bragg's headquarters in Perryville, Kentucky. going to be on permanent display there. And the house is going to be unveiled here in October 4th, 2025, in Perryville. This is going to be a permanent display there because they were there. So I wanted to get this on one of the old Guru's videos for the futures, and to mention about the Crawford House. It's going to kind of be unveiled this weekend. It went derelict for about 40, 50 years. And a friend of mine, Dr. Ted Steinbach, he picked up the torch and did a masterful renovation, top to bottom, of the Crawford House. And there's going to be a lot of historical Perryville artifacts inside the Crawford House on display. Real unique house. It's a brick house. Spectacular. And it's going to be open for the first time this weekend. And it'll be part of the Perryville genre. It's in close proximity of the park there in Perryville, and it's about a half mile out of downtown Perryville. So this is another unique artifact of the Western Theater. So I wanted to give it a view. And now we have a 2-foot by 2-foot flag of the Marion Light Artillery. Here's one that was made for the outside. Let's go over here. A real unique flag. Pulled it out of I didn't do it, a historian of mine, a friend of mine did it. And there's a palmetto tree and a fox and an artillery and a half moon. And that's the flag of the Marion Light Artillery. And with the display will be a 2-foot by 2-foot flag, cotton flag. This is for outside. So, these flags just disappeared. They disintegrated, disappeared, lost to history. A friend of mine chases flags, and he got this sketch and he got the specs on it and the classification of it, and he recreated it. So it's going to be cool. So all of it together, as the old guru likes, tells a story. So this is our parting shot. So from the old Civil War guru, have a great day.